All right, guys, welcome everyone.
Hello.
Hi. Alyssa and I are excited to be
Hi.
here tonight. We are just, looking forward to, we have a lot of newbies. Maybe they're not on here tonight, that's okay. But we're going to be sharing this always on our team page. And Alyssa and I just wanted to go over on some basic things because I think a lot of people join and they think they just get to where I am, right? They think it just happens, right? And I want you guys to know that's not what happens, right? Our business, this opportunity that we have is life changing, but it's only life changing if you treat it that way. A lot of people join and they don't even open up their business kit, right? A lot of people join, they do a few posts on Facebook and they're not rich yet and they stop, right? So the biggest thing, and Alyssa will say this too, it's all learning and growing. It's, the more you're willing to learn and work with your leaders. And I mean, we had never done anything like this before. I mean, Alyssa had never done anything like this before. I had never done anything like this before. But I was so desperate to, become successful in this business that I really took it serious from day one. No one had to tell me to post. No one had to tell me to do parties. No one had to tell me to meet up with people. Nobody had to tell me to learn. Nobody had to tell me to show up for things, So it's totally up to you, this business. I love working with people who really need this and want this, but I also realize not everybody joins, to get to the top. A lot of people just join for fun, which is great. I joined for fun too, but I really joined because I needed it financially. Alyssa, do you want to share your story first, and then I'll share mine, and then we'll go over just some basics with everybody. I know a lot of you guys have gone on a lot of Zooms and the training, and those who aren't on here right now, all our newbies. Honestly, you guys, I know people get frustrated, but some of the people who are getting frustrated just haven't started yet, right? So this is new. This is new. I mean, I've been doing this for 3 years now, and I'm still learning and growing, right? Because I still have places where I want to be in my business and my life, right? So Alyssa's going to share her story. And the cool thing about Alyssa is that she was a customer first. So many distributors are customers first, and it's just taking care of them. And I'm just going to say, literally, you guys, I joined and I thought everyone would support me right away. I literally thought, wait, I'll just join the business and everyone would support me right away, right? It doesn't happen overnight. It really doesn't, okay? So I want you to know if you're feeling frustrated or, maybe you don't have your first customer yet, or maybe you're just getting going, we have all been there. We all started with the exact same kit, okay? Honestly, we all did. And it's up to you what you want to do with it. So, Alyssa, can you share your story?
All right. Hi, everybody. For you, those of you who don't know me, my name's Alyssa. I am a soon-to-be diamond leader. I joined about just over 2 years ago, and I started off as a customer. I was in a really low spot in my life, and Tanis had reached out to me. I had liked a couple of her posts along her journey, and she reached out to me, and it was right after Christmas, so it was, how was your Christmas, things like that. And we ended up talking about the products, and at that time I was so tired. I was someone who would sleep 12 hours and feel like I still needed 12 more. And what she suggested was the greens. The greens were what were going to be my saving grace at that point in time. And I got the greens within, 5 days of it, and I was hooked. Within 3 weeks, my boyfriend's like, you are awake till 10. You're not going to bed at like 8:30 going, I'm tired, I'm going to bed. Especially during that winter time, because for me, every time the sun went down, it was like, it's time to go to bed. My body was like, let's go. And some days that was at like 5:30, and so it was really hard, and the greens really saved me. So into that about month, I had just gone on to like my second month's auto shipment. Tanis and I got to start talking about the opportunity. And at that point, I was like, you know what? I don't see why not. It's a really good, something new for me to try. And I was like, okay, it took me about a week. I had to go to the sneak peek page. I had to check everything out. I connected with some people got to talk to me. And I was taking that leap. At that point, I had no idea what I was doing. I said, I don't talk to people. I'm an introvert. I like to stay home, go to work, and that's about it. And I joined. I made that leap going, as like Tana said, I thought everybody was going to sign with me and my family. I was like, my friends will sign. My mom will sign. My mom did sign, but I'll sign my grandma. I got this. Well, lo and behold, it was the full month of working towards getting my customers. My mom signed, my cousin signed, and then a couple of other people I had some help along the way. So it was really life-changing at that point because I'm like, okay, people really like this. It's my family, but not just my family. And I started posting more and, trying to get out there. I think right away I did a couple of vendor events, which was kind of scary for me because I was just winging it.
And you also work full-time, and you were joining because you're already using the products and you're having fun with it, right? You were just doing it
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was posting about how these greens were changing my life before I even became a distributor. And Tana's is like, keep posting about it. And I was like, okay. So I said, okay. And it's been 2 years of growing, developing, working towards that. And I'm pretty much set up for Diamond right now, and it's very exciting. But it was a lot of growth. It was
Diamond in a couple days, yeah.
Yes. It was a lot of growth. It was a lot of figuring out what my style was, and it was a lot of people watching me. Lots of watching and lots of my consistency, because if I hadn't been consistent, I think people thought I was going to probably quit within the first 3 to 4 months. And there were times that, I'm not going to say it, that I was like, is this really for me? And I thought, you know what? No, I want to stick through something. I don't stick through anything. There's only a few things I ever commit to in my life. And I was like, I got to commit to this. Like, what is the harm in trying to make money for myself in my spare time when I was posting about it all the time before? So it was really exciting, and it was just growing and becoming, right now it's becoming a leader. I love leading. I hate to say that, and I didn't think I'd be that person, but I was like, no, I really enjoy helping other people on my team. I like doing the one-on-one Zooms, and I like contributing in the chats, and I feel like I'm rambling, Tana, so if you want to cut it.
No, but you know what I love about Alyssa is, you guys, is that everybody has a different journey in this business, right? I love how Alyssa was a customer first, and then she joined, and you were having fun with it. You were just, you're buying the products, you had a full-time job, and you know what? Everybody's different who joins this business. And I always say, like, do you guys know that some teams you join, there's no team page, there's no chats. You're signed up, you're on your own. So I want, all our team members and all our new distributors to know how special it is that, I will help anyone on my team, but I'm only willing to help people if they're willing to help themselves first, right? I will give my all. I will give my 110% to you and your family and what you want in your business. You can message me anytime, but you need to show up first, right? So, thanks, Alyssa, for sharing that. So when I joined, I'll just briefly say, like, we were in so much debt, you guys. I was coming off mat leave. Actually, my daughter was almost a year and a half, because I was supposed to go back to my old job. And I'll just briefly share my story, because most of you guys know my story anyway. But we were in so much debt. Like, I'm talking like 60,000 plus in debt. And we were just paying, interest on credit cards, and we were never getting ahead. And I was fighting all the time with my husband. And I think I like to share this because I think I know that the average person, most people need an extra $300 to $500 a month to survive without going into debt. Because I think like 70% of people are in debt in some shape or form. So you know what? I joined, and I needed to get to Diamond. So I wasn't working a full-time job. So I was off mat leave. I didn't go back to my job, and I told my husband, I was like, I'm doing this. So I literally got to work. And remember, the person who signed me up basically signed up and never worked the business. And nothing against her. She just didn't want the business. So I joined, and you know what? I, went to events. I couldn't afford a lot of, but what I could afford was social media. What I could afford was talking to people and being excited, and I had no idea what I was doing. I literally reached up to my uplines, amazing girls, and, they told me what I should be doing. They didn't do it for me, but they told me, like, listen, do this, do this. I always tell people, like, do parties, do one-on-ones. You don't have to, but honestly, take advice from people who, I took advice from my leaders because I knew what she was making. I knew she was making, 6 figures and, 5 figures a month. So I wanted that. I needed that, so as soon as I started, learning and just growing, and I was so excited, so I was consistent every single day. I was never posting anything on, you guys, honestly, do not post negative stuff on social media. Whether you're working social media or not, you are a business owner. So sharing things like I see it, I'm not going to tell you guys what to do, but honestly, you don't want to post anything that is going to offend anyone. I see it all of the time, and I don't want to, say don't do that, bad girl, bad boy, right? But it's not helping you, right? So to be a business owner, it's all about learning, growing, and becoming the leader you're supposed to be, right? Because people want to join people who know where they're going. And everybody has a different journey in this. It doesn't matter. Like Alyssa said, she was a customer first. She joined for fun. She was getting customers using the products, but, she was still working full time. And then when she really got it, she went all in. She started doing parties. She was there for her team. She came to a conference in Florida. There's a big difference between people who say they're going to do something and people who actually do it. Okay. So like I said, no one had to tell me to do parties or to be consistent every single day on Facebook. So right away when I joined, I thought about people right away I wanted in my business. Okay. So I had no idea, again, what I was doing. I was literally emailing everybody like a whole big paragraph story about it works. Oh my gosh, don't do that. But I just didn't know what I was doing. But I learned that wasn't what you want to do. I have everything in the team page based on scripts and about our compensation plan and what you should be posting. And we have the Zooms and we have the parties. And so it's up to the person what they want to do with the business, right? So I literally was doing everything I could. So with it, my first month, I got my 4th customer on my 30th day, and one of them was my parents. But then 2.5 months after that, I promoted to Diamond. I received a $10,000 US bonus. And, Alyssa can say when you get to Diamond, I have some Diamond leaders on here too, that's when you really start opening up the compensation plan. And again, I had no idea how to get to Diamond. All I knew is that I printed up the chart and I looked at it and I was like, what the hell is this? No idea what to do, right? But all I knew is I had to follow the steps to success. So your goal, I'm just gonna mute, sorry. So I don't sign 1 million people every single month. Alyssa doesn't sign 1 million people every month, but all you have to do is follow your steps to success. And then once you have a team, you help them follow their steps to success. You don't need to be a huge, enrolling 1 million people every single month. You don't have to. You can get to the top following the steps to success and helping your team do the same. So that is the most important thing. Everybody can get 4 customers in a month. Everybody can. But the biggest thing is you have to know and believe that you can do it. Don't wait till the last week of the month and be like, oh, I should get those 4 customers now, right? So the biggest thing, you guys, is that I know Alyssa and I were chatting a little bit earlier, is that if you really, really want to do, always lead with a compliment. This business is all about growing relationships. If you're not growing on social media, that is fine. But Alyssa and I were chatting about this earlier. If you're not growing on social media and you're doing one-on-ones and parties and events, you want to have a booked calendar. You can't just expect to do 1 party a month and expect to get to the top. Because this is a business, right? Alyssa and I, we always say, right? All of us say, if you treat it like a hobby, you're going to get paid like a hobby. But if you treat it like a serious business, you will get paid like a serious business owner. So, right after I went Diamond, I had people who joined and people quit. People join after a month and they give up. People who do that are never serious in this business. And honestly, I work with the people who want to work with me. A lot of people join and want to do their own thing, and that's totally fine. We're nobody's bosses. But the biggest thing is the more you work with your team, that is how you're going to promote. If you're not posting, if you're not doing anything, and if you're not getting on Zooms or parties, it's hard to be able to work with people, right? So our team and our company and our family that we have, we're a top team in the company for a reason, because we really work together. But like I said, not everybody, does that. But I know for me, the biggest thing I always did was I always built relationships. I always talked to people. If something didn't work, I know Alyssa and a lot of the girls love vendors. Vendors aren't really my thing. I've done probably about 5 of them, and they just, I don't know. Vendors can be really great, but you have to be following up with people. I prefer building social media, but again, the algorithm's always changing. And I know a lot of people get worried if someone doesn't like your post. Don't worry. Honestly, don't worry. I have people who've been following me for the longest time. They never liked, commented, or messaged me. And then boom, they'll message me. They'll want to buy products, join my team. It happens all the time. I followed someone for a year. I didn't like, comment, or message her, ever. But I have been consistent every single day. We have all the training and everything you need to be doing. And if you don't want to follow that, that's totally fine. But honestly, take advice from people who've been there. I, took advice from my upline because I knew what she was making, right? So, and I wanted that too. And then when I went double diamond, I earned my first double diamond paycheck was almost $10,000 in 1 month. And then I went triple diamond a few months after that. And then I went presidential, I think 7 months after that. And, I talk about this, and I know Alyssa and I were talking about this earlier. I talk about, where I've gone. Even from the beginning when I was joining, I was telling people where I was going in the company, because in this business, you have to have a strong why you joined. My why was my family. We really needed the income. And I talk about the opportunity every single day on Facebook, every single day. I talk about it every single day. So if you're not getting customers or distributors, it's because you're probably not talking about it with people. You're probably not following up with people. You can't put up one post and then like 2 weeks later be like, oh, well, no one's, joining my team or buying products from me. But, posting is great, but it's talking to people. It's following up with people. It'd be great if I just put up a post on Facebook and all these people showed up at my door and wanted to sign up, right? So all network marketers, all business owners, it's like people who have restaurants. They don't just open a restaurant and all these people show up. It's word of mouth. It's talking to people. It's being a good person. It's growing relationships. And then people want to go and support that person. It's the same thing with this business. Alyssa, do you want to add anything? I'm going to read these questions over here and answer to anyone who's asking questions over here.
I know, I was just kind of doing that too. But,
so when you're going about, how do you approach people? Okay.
When you're out, who's going to talk about this?
You can, or I can too.
Well, I guess we can both talk. When I'm out and about, I guess for me, the best thing that works is when I am representing the company by wearing the It Works gear. So I've got a shirt, I've got my purse, my bag says It Works at the bottom of it, and I carry that with me everywhere. It's my go-to purse now. It's just having the logo. So some days I have people ask me, well, what works? And then I talk to them about it. People on the bus, I see them staring at my bag, and I'm going, oh, have you heard about it before? It's being friendly. It's building those relationships. It's not that you're going to blurb right out to them and go, hey, I want you to buy this because it looks like your hair's thinning. You should get some hair, skin, nails. That's not something you go and you do. You want that relationship to be built with them. You want them to trust you, because that's the biggest thing, is people aren't going to join you or become your customer if they don't trust you. I've noticed that trust is a very big thing in this type of business, especially because people might have, reservations and had a bad experience with another company, or had someone who didn't take care of them with another company. They were buying stuff from Avon, or not that I'm saying anything's wrong with other companies, but they're just examples and they didn't get the support that we typically give, because in our team, we're all about the customer service. Everybody. Yeah, exactly. Service, but we really stress that you want to help out your customers as much as possible, and your distributors, but even more so your customers, because your customers will become your distributors.
Exactly.
Sentence.
And you know what? I love that because honestly, I know everybody's different with this. I don't just walk up to a stranger and start talking to them about business. But like I go to the post office a lot, or like Alyssa says, I'll just be talking to people, and it really just depends on the situation. I know a lot of the girls in the States and a lot of the girls in Quebec, they blitz. We call it blitzing when you just go up to someone and talk to them. And, you know, if I'm at a park or something with my daughter, I mean, she's getting older now, but when I used to think about all the people that my daughter went to school with, you know, and the moms, like when I drop her off at school, and, you know, and I'm not saying, you know, you don't have to be, hi, Cindy. You don't have to be, you know, a top earner and starting to do well. There's a girl in Winnipeg who's one of the top recruiters in Canada, and she's a Ruby. You know, she's an Emerald, I think now, right? Which is great. Emeralds are great, right? But I mean, you could be a brand new distributor and recruiting people. It's just about how you do it. You know, I always tell people, like when I was wanting to promote to Diamond, I always had my chart out in front of me, always. And I knew how many distributors I needed, and I knew how many people I had to help. Some people come to me like the last day of the month, and they don't, you know, they're confused, and I get it, okay? So the biggest thing, you want to be prepared in this business. You know, you're learning, we want to help you, but you also have to be willing to, you know, put in the work yourself. I know for me, yeah, I mean, honestly, Vicki, I don't just go up to random people and start talking about It Works. But I mean, if you're wearing an It Works shirt, people will a lot of times say like, oh, what's It Works? And you can give them a Blitz card. You know, I always carry green samples with them, but you always want to get their information. If you just give them your card or your information, you might not hear from them. But if you get their information, it's a little bit different. You can get them to do an online party. You can do, I mean, honestly, you guys, I built my business first all through referrals and through social media. But I know a lot of people, if you have like 100 or 200 people on social media and that's the only way you're going to grow, you need to grow your network. Big time. There's a girl on the team, she's great, but I know she all wants to do on social media, but she needs to grow her network. So I met a lot of people through social media. I met Carol Ann, and for those of you who don't know Carol Ann, I met her in a Facebook group, and I followed up with her for almost a year. And like, look at her team now, right? So and again, I'm not comparing anyone. Everybody has a different journey in this. There are some people who join and it might take them, Cami is her first Black Diamond. And for those of you guys who don't know what Black Diamond is, it basically means you make $100,000 plus a month for 6 consecutive months. There were 3 Black Diamond, and Cami, it took her 6 months to get her first distributor, right? I've had people who join and start getting customers and distributors like crazy, and then they quit a month later. And then the people they joined end up being like rock stars on the team. It happens all the time. Honestly, and yeah, like that's, I love that you're saying there, because honestly, when I'm out with people or if I have a nice waitress, I always talk to waitresses. I always talk to people, and I'm just nice to people, and I just, you know, even if you're not confident with what you're saying, I'm a goof. I say random things sometimes. I ramble on, but honestly, I'm just real, right? It doesn't matter. You don't have to be a certain way to be great at this business. I don't do tons of live videos, which I think are really good to do. I need to start doing more of that. There's a lot of things I should be doing that I haven't done. But one thing I have done is that I know what I want in my business. And from day one, this business, you either take action or you'll get distracted and frustrated. So if you're taking action and you really want to make $500 a month, or you really want to make $2,000 or $10,000 a month, you know, it's really just putting in the work, you know. I have a couple people who are frustrated right now, and they're, you know, talking about it, but guess what? None of them are on the Zoom right now. So I guess, you know, and that's okay. I understand people are busy, right? I totally understand that. But I also know that if someone really, really needs this business, that they'll take the time, they'll make the effort, they'll show up, and it's totally up to them. I know for me, we were in so much debt, and now I retired my husband. We paid off all our debt. We were completely debt free. You know, I make more in 1 month that used to take me a year at my old job, working for someone else building his dreams. And I share that with everybody because people are going to relate to your struggles more than your success. You know, you want to share your story. Tell people why you're joining and doing this. Tell people why you're doing this. You know, I have no problem telling people that, you know, I've suffered with depression and anxiety and life and, you know, crap going on in my family, because you know what? We all have that. I will never say, oh, it's perfect. Join the business. It's easy. You know, I will never tell people that this business is easy, because no, you're not just going to become a top earner by putting a couple posts up on Facebook, right? It doesn't work like that. But we have many people on our team, you guys, who are making an insane income. And it's just because they're learning, they're growing, they're getting out of their comfort zone, they're doing parties, they're being consistent. You know, they're always asking questions. I have triples, diamonds, and presidential diamonds on the team who message me and ask me questions all the time. You know, I'm learning I have girls on the team, guys on the team who are executives and rubies, and I know they're going to be incredible leaders. So, okay, so one thing I want to say, when people say hopefully or maybe, if you guys are saying hopefully people will come around, or maybe it'll be good, or maybe I'll become successful, guess what? You're already setting yourself up. You know, that's one thing, right? Cindy. You know, you have to say, I'm doing this. I'm signing this person up. I'm promoting this month. This person's signing up. I'm going to be a rock star at this. Because, you guys, what you say, you become. I know it's kind of hokey pokey to say that, but as a business owner, and I know myself as well, I suffer with stuff too. We all do. But you have to believe it. Yes, I can and I will. You have to believe that you can do it first if you expect other people to believe you're going to do it. You know, Joe and Sandy and Sally and I don't know, I'm just making up names. They're not going to join me if I don't really think I can do it. If I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. I'm posting negative crap on Facebook. I'm never consistent. I'm bashing things on Facebook. And then 5 minutes later, oh, join my team. No one's going to join me if I do that. Nobody. They're going to be like, oh, Tana, she sucks. You know? So the biggest thing in this business, you guys, is we are basically a personal development. The more you grow as a person, and none of us are perfect. Oh God. The more you grow as a person and you're really willing to put yourself out there. Yes, consistency is everything. Every single business and every single, yes, I am presidential diamond. I'm debt free. I'm financial free. See, I love that, Ashley. I used to tell myself, you guys, I was happy once I get to ambassador, but then I realized, no, I want to go black diamond because I want to see all my team make it to the top. It's not about me. Like, you join this business for everyone else. Do not make it about you. Every single day you should be talking about the opportunity. Every single day you talk about the products. That's how you're going to get customers and distributors. And you know what? There's girls on the team and guys on the team. Maybe they're not great at getting customers and distributors, but they can help their team. I have a girl who's a top girl on the team, and she focuses on helping her team, and she's a top earner. You don't need to be a huge recruiter to do well. You want to help your team. And if you don't have a distributor, or maybe you're just getting your first customer, that's great. You're on this Zoom with us. So I'm proud of you for that. Alyssa, do you want to add anything to anything?
I'm totally cutting in. I was like, perfect. I'm going to butt in and start talking now.
Yeah.
So personal development is the biggest thing. It does wonders for you and your team and everybody. The more you're able to grow as a person, the more your business is going to grow. It's inevitable. But for me, I really want to touch on, for me, what I've been enjoying is speaking about my vision. So it's not just my why, it's about where I'm going. I find that instead of just talking about what I've done, I want to talk about where I'm going, what I'm going to do, how I'm going to get there. And it's just speaking about my vision and then speaking it into my team. So for any of you who has a downline, this is the opportunity. You tell them where you want to go. You tell them your vision. You have that game plan meeting. A really good thing I heard on Denise's podcast today was, where there is no vision, the people perish. It's a Proverbs 29:18. But it really hit home in the sense of, I had my own little Bible verse that popped up too. It said, we can make our plans, but the Lord determines our steps. It's just something about, you have that vision, you have that plan, you have that idea of where you're going to go. Oh, I could totally hear my feedback. But yeah, Hannes, is that you?
That?
Oh,
That noise? Yeah, that's me. Sorry.
It's killing me. All right.
I don't hear
Oh,
anything.
no, not your typing. It was my voice echoing.
Oh.
Anyway, but what it is just you have to have that vision. If you don't know where you're going, if you don't know what you want out of this, you're going to just be stuck. You're going to be in that rut. So you've got to have, like, for me, for the longest time, like Tana said, I joined for fun.
Yeah.
It was to make a little bit of extra money. It was to just see if I could do this. And I would say about 8 months ago is when it all really clicked. And I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I could go somewhere. I could do something. And, you know, like she said, not everybody's going to be a top recruiter for distributors, loyal customers. Some of you are going to be you're going to end up helping your team as you get to build towards that. I mean, we all have to follow the steps to success. It's just, that's how your business keeps growing. But all in all, it's having that vision and knowing your goals and your why and where you're going and speaking it out to the world, because like everybody keeps saying, people join people. They follow your journey. They don't join you because of the products. Well, some of them do join you because of the products. But they join you because they see how it's changed your life, whether it's changed your life for the healthiness, it's changed your life financially, it's just changed your life in the personal growth. Like for me, this business has really changed the personal growth portion. 2 years ago, I'd have never done a Zoom with you guys. I'd have never been on this. I wouldn't be talking, and I'd be like, no, I'm going to be the person not even participating. But here I am being able to, oh, sorry, I started reading the question. Now I want to read it. Can I ask a question?
No, that's amazing, Vicky.
Honestly, no,
that's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. Vicky, you're telling them what you want. You're going, you know what? With this business, I am going to pay off my student loans. I'm going to pay for my son's college. My husband will be retired.
Yeah.
It's still how you word it, because people are going to be interested. They're going to go, well, how is she going to do that?
Yeah.
What's she going to do to make that happen? And for me, like right now, I keep getting messages personally, not on my comments. I keep talking about how I'm going on a 3-month leave without pay from my full-time job. I'm going to take 3 months off, and I'm going to have my It Works business to supplement my bills, to pay for my mortgage and all that stuff. That's what I keep talking about how I'm going to do that. I haven't got there yet, but that's what I'm going to do.
You have an amazing team, and I love that.
And yeah, and so everybody messages me and goes, are you leaving your job? Did you quit? What are you doing? They don't read the full thing saying I'm going to take a leave without pay. They're like, well, why are you going? All because, and they're like, well, how are you going to do that? So it's really interesting to put that out there, because now people are watching me going, well, is she really going to take that leave? And as soon as I hit that goal and that accomplishment, I'm going to have everybody asking me, how did I do that when I just post on social media and I connect with you through my own journey, because my own weight loss journey at work, people see it happening for me there. And then social media, I've been doing my own lives. And that's a big thing, lives. I get on a live and do one to just talk about random stuff. That's the best way to get people more intrigued with it, more interest. Well, I guess interested and intrigued, excitement, more excited about what you're doing, where you're going. And even for me, I like just a live about my dog. It's just relating to people and then being able to know that you're a human and not a sales robot. I'm just gonna read a thing a bit more.
Can I? Yeah.
Are y'all okay if I share a quick little story about blitzing?
Of course.
While you're reading those? Okay. So I wanted to just share with blitzing, one really good tip I found is be very natural. Be you, and really do talk to them like you know them. An example, and I hope this leaves with a little bit of inspiration too. I'm actually a pretty shy person, but nobody would know that because I'm very outgoing. I'm very outgoing. I have a lot of energy. I have tons and tons of energy. So most people think I'm not shy, but I'm actually pretty shy. So this company, it does, like Alyssa says, it will give you so much self-confidence because you're stepping out of your comfort zone to go up to a stranger. But what you have to remember is there's tons of people out there who need this, who maybe for their family, maybe they need the products just to help boost with their health. And so we can't think in our head when we're out and about, oh, I'm too shy to go up to this person, because that person that you may be feeling that actually really needs this. And prime example is on Monday, I was watching my husband play football. All the men were out on the field. There was one female sitting by herself. I walked up to her and I said, hey, I was like, ooh, these bugs are crazy out here. And she said, yeah, they are. She's like, it's probably because we're in the dark and you're wearing all black. I'm like, yeah, I'm just coming from work. And we just started talking like we were friends. I let it be very, very natural. And what I did is I said a little hint. I said, oh, look at all these guys out there getting all this exercise. And she replied and she said, yeah, I really need to get back on track. She's like, I just got to get back into it. I'm looking for more energy. I was like, oh, me too. Well, we should do a challenge together. And I threw it out there and I said, I actually just started distributing. So I made it very natural, very light, but also excited. I said, I actually just started distributing stuff. I have one on me. I drink 2 of these a day and it gives me a lot of energy here. And she was like, really, I can have this? And she was so excited. I said, yeah, I love helping people. Go ahead. And she was like, okay, cool. Well, yeah, sometimes you do just need somebody to do it with you. And I said, exactly. I said, well, we should do something. Are you here every Monday? It was just very natural, very flowing. She's like, yeah, add me on Facebook. That was another hint.
Yes.
If you just blitz someone and give them your card, which I did in the beginning, as much as people wanted it, they wouldn't respond because they may be too shy. She actually said, well, add me on Facebook. Do you have Facebook? She beat me to the punch. I was going to ask her that. I was so excited. I was like, yeah, let's add each other. We added each other that night. The next day, I posted a post saying how I wanted to do a challenge and how I was looking for somebody to join with me and how 2 is better than 1. Sometimes we need an extra motivation. Who wants in? She messaged me and she's like, I do. I want in. Signed up as a loyal customer last night. And
That's
it was all from just going to a football event and just going up to a stranger. And she is so excited. She's been looking for something like this. But that was because I got out of my head. I wasn't afraid. I talked to her like I knew her. I treated her with respect. I didn't talk about it works right away. We had a little bit of small chat first. And that's how it all goes. It just be natural, be you, talk to them like you know them, build that trust. And that's just a couple points that I just wanted
I love that. And you know what? Another thing, when you say people need this is a gift. If that girl I was following didn't keep talking about her journey, I never saw myself doing anything like this, So if you're not talking about it, and if you're, like you're saying, if you're not being consistent and you're not, sharing it with people, you can help a lot of people. You guys, we have like 40,000 customers and distributors on this team. And yeah, it doesn't mean that they all order. Yeah, it doesn't mean that they all work the business, but that's a lot of people. And I can't imagine where I would be if that girl didn't keep, talking about the company. I mean, I was like, what is this? It works. And I just kept watching her, and I like that you said that, Nicole, because some of the best customers and distributors and people that I've met are just people like that. Like, I met a girl in the post office one day, and I was sending out like a prize to some of the girls or something, or samples off to someone. That's another thing. I always recommend doing the samples and everything to people. And I just started chatting with her. I had my little card on my bag, and we just started chatting. She's like, do those wraps really work? And I was like, girl, they do. Like, I was super skeptical. Like, I tell people I was skeptical because I was skeptical and stuff like this all the time because I just wasn't open-minded. I just didn't know what this was all about, because we're taught that, we need to go to school and work a 9 to 5. And if people love their job and love what they do, I think that's great. But for me, we needed more, So I love that you said that, because if we're not sharing what we have, like, we want to help people and it's going to help us too, One thing I really want you guys to think about is, even write it down right now. I want you to think about why you joined. When I think about my why, if your why doesn't make you cry, it's not big enough, okay? if it's not going to make you push, I mean, again, a lot of people just join for fun, and that's great. If you're here for fun, you want some fun, a little bit of fun money, and you love to use the products, that's great. If you join here because I'm telling you right now, you're on this team for a reason. And honestly, we have teams and families and people and couples on our team who have completely changed their lives, completely. And I love seeing that. You know, I am happy and so grateful and thankful, you know, what this has done for my family. But I love seeing what it does to the families on my team. But you have to take it seriously. You do, right? I mean, I get people, I know who's serious, I know who's not. But again, people can change too. You know, so just, you know. Yeah, and you know what? Honestly, a lot of you guys are so new in the questions here. And honestly, anyone who's been in this business like a year or so, you're still new. I mean, I've been in this business 3 years now, and I think I kind of know what I'm doing now, right? But I'm telling you, I got to Diamond, and I got a big bonus, and I had no idea what I was doing. But I was consistent. I was excited. I tried new things, and I was always open to learning. If people aren't open to learning and people aren't coachable, they're not going to do well in this business. I had a girl, you guys, who could have been a total rock star in this business, but she wasn't getting my advice. She didn't want to listen to anything I had to say, and I was just trying to help her. Listen, I sign up people. I want you guys to make money too. Obviously, I want every single person on here to make money. It's good for you. It's good for your team. It's good for everybody, right? So I don't want people to just join up and, you know, sit around and waste their time. I want people to join and get somewhere. I really do. You know, this business, I will tell you, it completely financially, our freedom of time. For those who know, my dad's sick, and you know what? This whole past year, I didn't have to worry about, you know, going into work. I didn't have to worry about any of that. I didn't have to worry about, you know, calling a boss. I could go on family vacations. I didn't have to worry about, you know, being in any debt. But that just a few years ago, oh my gosh, like there's no way. I was depressed. I was lost. I was miserable. And I was working to make someone else rich and wealthy. And I was tired of being sick and tired. I hit rock bottom, you know? And if you're on this Zoom and you've had enough of how your life is, I'm telling you right now, this business can change everything for you. And I'm looking at some girls on here who are set for some big promotions this month. And if you're not, that's okay. That's okay, because you can get it next month or the month after that. I remember when I hit Double Diamond. I mean, Double Diamond was life-changing. Diamond was life-changing for my family. My highest Diamond check was amazing. You know, like, whatever you need to make. Maybe you want to make executive in Ruby and make an extra $300, $600 a month. That's amazing. I mean, that would have changed my family's life. But once you realize what you have your hands on, and if you want to work with your leaders, I'm telling you, the sky's the limit. I wish, and I'm not saying this to be a jerk or anything, I wish I had someone like me that wanted to help me. I figured it out on my own because I needed it so bad, you know? But you're on this team. I will help any single person on my downline if they want to work with me. I will help anyone. What I won't do is this sounds I will not help people if they're not doing any work themselves, right? So, again, you know what, honestly, you guys are here for a reason. If you really need and want this, honestly, just run with it. If you're just here for fun, that is amazing too. It's totally amazing. You know, does anyone have any questions about anything? You guys know I like to ramble on. I do like to talk a lot, but I'm just so passionate about this business. When I see newbies coming in and they feel frustrated, but really they haven't even begun. They haven't even started yet. Like, I thought literally you guys, I would get my 4 customers. And if you missed out getting your 4 customers in 30 days, nothing's going to happen to you. Like, you can still you can still surpass me and all of us. It doesn't matter. Like, it's just because, oh no, you didn't get your 4 customers. It's not the end of the world. Who cares? Who cares if you have distributors under you that quit? Because honestly, it happened to me. You know,
it happened to me.
Yeah, people quit. Whatever. You don't want those people on your team anyway. Honestly, you don't. You know, and failing, it's gonna happen. I see you guys, honestly, and I get it. People who are new, honestly, failing is part of it. You're gonna fail. You're gonna maybe have no one like your post. I mean, people don't. You know who likes my post? People on my team. But you know who become my customers and my distributors? People who don't like and comment on anything, and then they message me one day because I'm consistent. I'm positive. I don't post any negative crap on Facebook, you guys. Honestly, follow Gary Vaynerchuk. He's all about being optimistic and positive and being kind. If you're negative and you have negative energy and I mean, I get it. We all have stuff going on, but do not post it on social media. It's okay to talk about your struggles, of course. It's okay to talk about stuff like that. I think that's great when people talk about that because I talk about my struggles.
But yeah, I'm jumping in again.
Yeah, go ahead.
It is. Failing is your way to success.
Yeah.
You fail your way to success. That is pretty much exactly what it is. You are going to say the wrong thing. You are going to, well, I hope you don't put a big blurb out, but you're going to put a big blurb out. You're going to chase people away. People aren't going to come to you. You're thinking you're going to do everything wrong, but all you're doing is you're planting those seeds. And when they say no, it's just not yet. Eventually people come in. You know what? For me, I think I asked my friend like 6 or 7 times, and she finally told me, no, I don't want to do it, Alyssa. And I was like, all right, fine. And then about I'd say 6 months to a year later, she started asking me a bit more questions and this and that.
Exactly.
And then she joined. And you know what? It takes time. I'm not saying that you're going to have to wait for the next 10 years for things to start going the way you want them to, because if you're working your business, it's going to flourish a lot faster. But you have to know that you're not going to become Presidential Diamond in 1 month. I don't think that's ever really happened. Like Tana said,
I think it happened in 3 months. I think that was the quickest.
Well, see, there you go. That's pretty good. But I mean, that's probably a lot of people really working together. And like she said, we have people who quit. I have a whole lake that quit under me, so I have to start fresh. And it's just, work to each promotion. I mean, yes, Tana said she had her diamond chart out, and I have my diamond chart out because that's where my vision is. But if you're afraid of the diamond chart, you don't want to look at it just yet, work on your
Ruby chart out. Ruby's great.
Yeah, Ruby chart, like small baby steps. If that's what it's going to take, you don't have to be the top enroller your first month. Get your 4 loyal customers, work on your distributors. That is the key. That's the success to everything. So
exactly. And what I will say, because a few of them are on here, I'm not going to say their names, but I told two or three of these people that they should have been doing parties and like doing some other things for probably like 6 months plus. And they haven't, and that's okay. And I'm not bashing you guys, but all I'm saying is that honestly, you have to get out of your comfort zone. If what you're doing isn't working, you have to do something else. You have to try something else, right? And
that's exactly it about the party.
If you've been in this business for 1 month, you can be doing parties. If you've been in this business for a week, you're learning, and again, you have your leaders to help you, right? We want to help you. I want everybody to do well and make money, of course, right? But you have to be willing to set up that party. And you know what? I have done parties, you guys, where nobody shows up. But then I've had parties where people come and they're watching and then they join, and then it's just what we have is very duplicatable. But don't worry if you only have a few people show up. Who cares? It's okay, but you have to understand that in a business, anything that you do in life, people aren't going to be supportive right away. Maybe they are. Maybe you have a very supportive group of people, and that's great. Maybe you'll have tons of people come to your party. Maybe you'll have a few people come to your party, but you can't do one party and be like, oh, I talked to a girl on the team and she's great. She's not on here, but I said, have you ever done parties? She's like, oh yeah, I did one like a few months ago. She's done one. She did one. Like, what if I posted once? What if I talked about the opportunity once? I do it every single day, I don't, some days I work a lot. Some days I don't do, I can work when I kind of want to, right? I have an amazing team, but I will never stop working because, I have goals that I want to achieve. I have people that I want to help, but I just want people to realize that this business, like I said, it's very life-changing, and do not compare yourself to me, to Alyssa, to anyone. I mean, we all have different journeys. I don't care if you're an executive on the team or you're brand new or you're a presidential, you're all worthy of greatness and you're all worthy to be here. I don't care. It doesn't matter. You know, you are all important. You're all meaningful. You're all here for a reason, but you just need to realize that we want to help you. But you know what? Understand that it takes consistency. It's going to take hard work. It's going to take failing. Failing is so normal, right? Like, you know, when you fail, you just, in personal development, you guys, like I never knew. I was like, personal development. Then I went and saw Tony Robbins last year, and like I watch videos depending on when I need to. I have my own demons that I struggle with. I know a lot of you guys, we all have our struggles. We're human. We're people, right? So just know that we're just people. And then the people who, you know, the only people who succeed and the people who fail are the ones who quit. That's all, honestly. People quit all the time. I don't care what rank you are. I don't care how much money you make. What I do care about is I want to help you, and it doesn't matter where you are on my team.
I'm jumping in again.
Yeah. I'm just reading what people are saying.
That's okay. Talking about parties and doing parties. So for anybody who hasn't done a party and feels really hesitant and think it's something that is so overcomplicated, it really, really isn't, as much as even I'm someone who likes to overcomplicate things. It's it's easy. You need to really start off with like a page, and you do number your posts out on a page. Decide what you're going to want to talk about in your thing. You know, greens, the how-to, the wraps, the keto coffee, the packs, you know, the loyal customer program, share your story. Like, you want to write that out to know what you want to post about for your initial one. And then moving forward with that, you're going to check out a party Tanis did. Check out a party someone else on your upline did. Because you can go back to all your events in your calendar on Facebook and see those old parties as long as they didn't delete them.
Exactly. And I just rotate them all. I just switch them up. I add new pictures, you know.
Exactly. And you just copy and paste that one. You change it because, you know, sometimes when you're doing a big party and you have lots of people, you're saying we and they and them, and, you know, tell me what or distributors, tell me what you think. But if you're doing a personal party and it's just loyal customers, you don't want that blurb in there. So you just edit them slightly to what yourself. But really, it's that easy. You just do a list of what you're going to post so you can follow that initial list. And then copy and paste Tanis. Copy and paste the party I did. I know I did one and I posted it on the group page last week, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
and then I'm doing it on Sunday.
He has a mock one they're really not hard to do, you guys. It's like posting on Facebook.
It is really super easy. It's just, you know, a lot of people plan the night before what they're going to post the next day. Well, that's pretty much it. I like to number 1 through 15 posts and start off small. And then when you're posting it on Facebook, it's every 5 minutes or so you're not getting yourself blocked off Facebook or anything like that, and you just post. And then once you're done, that's when you go through all the comments and the likes and the this and the that. And then people on your team, if you have people on your team on that party, they're going to like and comment and boost that for you as well. And everybody sees it on your page.
And it's the same thing, you guys, thank you, Liz. It's the same thing with you guys. If you work full-time, honestly, there's a lot of people who work full-time and they still do this business. But again, it's just being consistent. So take 5 or 10 minutes the night before and think of your 6 list. So 6 list is basically, think of 6 things that you want to accomplish the next day. Whether your business, your life, do something for yourself, exercise, making your life, whatever you want to do, eating healthy, whatever you want to do, right? So honestly, think about, if it's your business, obviously, because you want to do well and you want to promote and, whatever your goals are with your business. Again, you want to be consistent. So if you need help with your posts or if you need help with, ask on the team page. Like, honestly, it doesn't matter. You can be in the business for a year. You can be in the business for 3 years or a month. Ask on the team page. Ask in the chats. And that's how we all learn, right?
About the team page, I got to cut in again. About the team page, you say this all the time, Tanis, and I just gotta kind of reinforce it too.
Okay.
Is the team page, that Diamonds in Training page, has all the information. I had someone come to me, and I won't say their name in case they're embarrassed, come to me and ask about the compensation plan. They wanted it more in-depth. They really wanted to learn it. And all I did was go to that page and searched, and I wrote compensation plan.
Yeah.
And I found about 4 different videos, and I started to tag and let them know about it. And it's that simple, because everything, as long as you can search up different words, you can put DT, you can put LC, you can put products, and it'll just pull up every type of post that has ever been done with that. And you can just search through
anything you want to look for. And if it's not there, ask on the page, and then I'm sure a million people will reply.
Exactly. And that's the thing is
no question is stupid or
exactly.
Everything is
we're
important.
here to help.
You're important.
I'm cutting you off. We're here to help, and we're here to guide you. I know.
Shannon, yes, we will set up a party for you, girl. That's the thing. I ask people all the time if they want to do parties. I have new distributors who don't even reply to me, and that's okay. They should reply to me.
I didn't even know that was it.
I should say that. But honestly, I want to help people. Honestly, I don't understand why people join a business and then, don't want to do it. But people do it all the time. It's like joining a gym membership. It's like getting a gym membership. Some people get gym memberships and don't go. I mean, that's me too, so I shouldn't say that.
That's me, so I don't have a gym membership.
But like Leanna, I mean, a lot of people on here were people who watched me in my business. I mean, people are watching you. But another thing, you guys, and then we'll probably get going here. It's almost been an hour. And then if you guys have any questions, one thing I will say, and I posted in the training, I did a training while I was in California, and we have all these different trainings on the team page. Honestly, if you're new, go over everything, okay? I'm always happy to answer questions, but I do recommend and I do expect that you do some work on your own too. You're a business owner. So what I would recommend doing, you guys, is don't put posts up, what do they call, like a picture of like the pills and like the green and like the it work. I don't even know what to call them. You know what I'm talking about? Like
the really like product salesy looking.
The really salesy posts. That's the biggest thing in this business, you guys, is to be a professional network marketing, you don't want to put up salesy stuff. It's about you using the products, talking about it. Before and after pictures are fine. But a lot of you guys just don't know that because you're new. So that's totally fine. But you don't want to put up posts like that you're just trying to make a sale from someone. People, I mean, oh my gosh, you guys, there's this one company, and I'm not going to say the name, but I have a lot of them on my Facebook, and it's like skincare and beauty and makeup stuff. They all have like the same picture, the same write-up on every single post. I'm like, oh my gosh, right? But they just don't know, right? So the biggest thing is just make something about you. Like,
keep it personal.
About the greens. Who was that again?
That's always a good one.
There's a lot of great posts today. I mean, keto coffee, greens, the wraps, hair, skin. I mean, you guys, we have products that people need and want, but we just need to talk about it. Some people don't post at all. Well, you're not going to get customers unless you're talking and doing all these parties and vendor events, which I don't think the people are doing. But if you're not posting and you're not talking about it and you're not getting out there, you're not going to get customers and distributors, okay? So, I think some people think they put up one post and they don't get any action. They're like, oh, I'm going to throw in the towel, That's just not how it works, right? It's like runners. They have to practice. It's like professional athletes. They have to, get their mind ready. They need to get their bodies ready. It's the same thing when you have a business. You're just learning and growing. So does anyone have any questions? Become a product of the product. Exactly.
That's exactly what I was going to say,
hair, skin, nails is the first product I talked about all the time. The wraps. I mean, and if you haven't used a lot of the products, ask on the team page. You can still use other people's results. You don't need to be buying everything right away. I do recommend that you fall in love at least with one product. I couldn't afford a lot of stuff, but I was buying things to try, and I was always having an auto ship, because when you have an auto ship, you are committed to your business. If you're not running an auto ship and you don't have to do anything, most of those people don't do anything, right? I'm not saying most of them, but even if you can buy one product, I really recommend that. And then once you get your customers and you start making money, and then I always was putting money back into my business. Like, I mean, I bought the kits. Which kits did I buy when I started? Like the booster kit, because I would start doing parties right away. So I was, wanting to sell things and make money right away. But online parties, you guys, are great too. Does anyone have any questions? Because I know it's been an hour, and I'll load this up to the team page for those who couldn't make it. But again, I know I sound like a broken record sometimes, but honestly, being consistent, learning, and honestly, don't worry if someone else, never compare yourself to anyone else. You're welcome, Amy. Never compare yourself, because I'll tell you right now, like, I have my ups and downs. Yeah, I'm doing well in the business, but I'm still a person. I have life that happens. We all have life that happens, right? But I'll tell you what, I'm so glad I never gave up. I'm so glad I listened to my leaders and took their advice. I'm so glad that I was consistent. I'm so glad that I kept on people, because some of the top people on my team are people who ignored me, or people who I had to keep following up with. And I think it's 8 to 13 times that people need to see something, whether it's products or opportunity, for them to even notice. 8 to 13 times. So if you're posting like once a week, guess what? People are scrolling right by. They're like, oh, Sally's not really doing her business. She's just going to scroll by. But if Sally's consistent, she's talking about this, I'll tell you what, I'm going to stop and read her posts, because she's being consistent. She's showing why she joined this business. She, needs this for her family. She has a great story. Maybe I should check this out, right? So the more you got to share. You want to learn. The more you learn, the more you earn. I always say that. Yes, and exactly. A small percentage are going to see your posts because of the algorithm. It used to be so much different 3 years ago, you guys. But not everybody sees your Facebook posts. Instagram is amazing.
You have to print off your friends list on
yes.
Facebook and interact with everybody. Because if you're interacting with them,
it's very important.
Yeah, and interacting is not just liking their posts, it's commenting too. And even I'm finding lately I comment more, and that's having more people that I didn't even comment on their post, but I'm seeing it in my newsfeed. And I was like, oh, I haven't seen anything from this person in a while. And so definitely you got to trip up the Facebook algorithm. You got to be a product of the product. Instagram
is amazing. And you guys, I get it that we're all busy. I get it. But most people join this business because they are busy and they want more time and they want more financial. And I totally get it. Everyone's busy. There's some girls on the team who have like 4 kids and they work full time and they do this on the side. And some of the busiest people are the most successful people, right? So choose your priority. If you say you don't have time for something, it's not a priority for you. If you don't have time to post, if you don't have time to do this, you haven't done this, honestly, then you just don't care, right? But if it's important to you, to make an income with this, if it's important for your family to become debt free, if it's important for you to quit your job, if it's important to you, you guys, like, I talk about this all the time. Like, we were in so much debt. Like, my husband, oh my God, it was awful. Like, and a lot of people are like that, so I get it. But I want you to know, if you work hard with this, it will totally change your life. It can change your life like that, right? But, there's a big difference between saying you want it and actually putting in the work and going for it, right? All of you will be successful as long as you just make the time, make the effort. You want to learn and grow. If you're coachable and you're wanting to learn and grow, and you really, and like Alyssa said, you have the vision with this company. A lot of our new people don't even understand how amazing our company is. Like, we had corporate here last week, and what our company is all about is truly amazing. Like, when my dad got sick and I was able to like message the CEO's daughter and they check in on me, and like they met my dad last week, and I was in Spain with them last year, and they're just totally normal people. Like, they were, if you know our CEO, like, if you know who he is, he was a teacher, he was a coach, and he wanted more for his family. And so anyone can do this, but not everybody will. It doesn't matter what your background is. You don't need to have, some special degree. You don't have to be just be you. Like Nicole said, be you, but be the best version of you. right? It does. You don't need to be Alyssa or Nicole or me or Tanya or Rob. You need to be you, because people are joining you. Okay, so I know lots of you guys are learning. I really appreciate all you guys who made the effort to come on tonight. I'm going to post this up to the team page. And honestly, your leaders want to help you. If your leader's not in the business anymore, don't worry about that. You have myself, Chelsea, Carol Ann, Robin. I mean, whoever is your upline. I mean, I'm everybody's upline, so I'm always happy to help. But I always recommend going to your document leader, just because sometimes there's so many messages. But that's what the team pages and the chats are for. Like, I really want to help everybody do well. If you have questions for me, I had 5 girls message me today. They sent me their charts. They had questions. They wanted a distributor. I mean, I'm happy to help. If you need help getting distributors and you want to get on a 3-way call, or you want to learn, or you want to do a one-on-one Zoom, or if you live in Winnipeg and you want to chat with me, honestly, just message me and ask. Like, I'm happy to help. But one thing I will say, I do not chase people to work their business. They either want to do it or they don't. That's okay. Whatever you want to do. But I definitely don't chase people. And like I said, I message people, some of my new distributors, and if they don't message me back, that's okay. They either want to do this or they don't, and that's okay. And we are here to help everybody. I hope everybody gets to ambassador or diamond or ruby or whatever your goal is, or black diamond. Okay? So I really appreciate all you guys being on here tonight. Alyssa, I'm really proud of you. Alyssa's really, stepped up. And like I said, she was just doing this for fun for the longest time, And then she saw the vision, and then she decided she wanted more in life. And then she saw the possibilities with this business. I have people message me all the time, like they don't really believe, that I retired my husband and then we paid off. People just don't have the brain cell for what we do. And it's up to us to show people, right? So anyways, I really appreciate you guys being on tonight. And honestly, all of you guys are amazing. I love you too. Love you guys. And I love doing Zooms. If you need something for your team or you need help with something, honestly, message me. Ask your diamond leader first, or if I personally enrolled you or the person you sign up with doesn't work the business, that happens too. So we have the team pages, the chats, we do Zooms, Denise, we have parties all the time. And, this business isn't rocket science, right? You figure it out, then you're consistent, you work it, and you can become very successful. So, but don't compare yourself. If you're not there yet, it's okay.
Exactly.
Okay, guys? Thank you guys so much. I'm going to post this up. And Alyssa, do you have anything to say? I'm sorry. I just keep talking otherwise.
That's okay. Next time I'm going to interrupt you even more. No, you kind of hit the nail on the head there. Just if you need anything, even if I'm your sideline, you guys can come to me too. Anybody on my downline.
Careful.
I know, but I mean, I'm more than willing to help anybody.
Hey,
oh yeah, this is recorded. Everybody will hear this.
No, that's awesome. And that's one team, one mission, you guys. And I am all about help. I have friends in the business who aren't on my team. They come to me. They want me to do Zooms with their team. And we're still going to do that Zoom with all those other presidentials. It's just been crazy with all the new distributors and all the new people joining. But we are going to do that. It was just during a crazy time, and we just didn't get around to it. But I appreciate you guys. I want you guys to know that you're part of a very, very special team. I don't care if you're brand new or you have 1 million distributors underneath you. You are all important and worthy of this business, and we're here to help you. So be consistent, be excited, grow yourself, grow your mind, and you'll be a rock star in no time. So thanks, guys.
Bye. Thank you.